This is a remarkable story. And what Jesus is signaling is, I'm that kind of master. I am the kind of master who comes to serve. Remember, at his final meal, he actually got up and put on an apron and said to his disciples, hey, you haven't washed your feet. I'm going to wash your feet for you. It's a remarkable picture of a servant. And then he gives of his own body and blood when he passes around the wine and the bread, and he says, hey, I want you to remember me. I came to serve you, breaking my body and shedding my blood on your behalf. He was a servant. Jesus picked up this language of servant from the Old Testament. In the book of Isaiah, the prophet said, God is going to send a servant, and he's going to suffer. And Jesus read Isaiah, and he knew Isaiah, and he embodied Isaiah. And as you read through the Gospels, you see so many quotations from the book of Isaiah, but a lot of times they're coming from Jesus' lips. He's saying, I am living out this identity of a servant. I'm going to serve you. So you can see some of these passages. Here's a couple more. Isaiah 53, Jesus served us by taking on our pain, by suffering on our behalf. Yet we considered him punished by God, stricken by him, and afflicted. He was numbered with the transgressors. He bore the sins of many and made intercession for the transgressors. I don't know if you realize this, but in ancient Rome, not only was slavery pretty common, maybe 1 out of 5 people were slaves, but if you were a slave who was revolting against your master, or worse, Rome, and you are going to be killed in public, capital punishment. You know the slave's death? Crucified. Slaves were nailed to a cross. Slaves and the people who were rebels. And so Jesus was a slave to the point of death, Philippians chapter 2 says, even death on a cross. He was a servant, and he served us with his final breath and said, Father, I trust you. We see this all throughout his teaching, this commitment to serve. For even the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve and give his life as a ransom for many. And this blew people's minds. The disciples were like, you can't possibly serve us. Peter said it himself. And Jesus was like, no, that's the kind of master I am. I'm the kind of master who leaves the banquet, leaves heaven, comes to serve you with bread, with wine, by washing your feet, because I love you and I want good for you. And Peter's like, whoa, is this story really for us, that you're the kind of servant who would serve us? And one commentator says, Jesus' inverting of the power pyramid was truly radical. You just don't see masters turning into servants, but Jesus was the master who turned into the servants.